Welcome back to the channel, you guys. On the last video, we took the ant dump trailer and we spread gravel all throughout this gravel driveway. And today, we're going to be grading this out to a glass-like finish. But let's get our last load of gravel laid out, and then let's knock out the grading. So as we're going down this road, as I'm backing up, I'm looking for the worst spots. As I go forward, then I'm going to open up that tailgate and I'm going to just drop material selectively right in the worst spots. Let's take a look at how this worked out. Let's go a little closer up here. Look at that. This was the spot I was trying to hit. Whew, perfect. Jeez. That is sweet. I like this thing more and more. All right, it's time to get to the next phase of this work. Grading it. All right, let's grade this area out. It won't take very long. We're just gonna bucket grade it. Nothing fancy. Just a little bit of bucket grading. If I can get into my machine. Locked me out. She locked me out. She locked me out. All right, now we're gonna grade this out because I'm not locked out anymore. As I'm grading, I'm using a combination of two parts of the bucket. One is I like to put a little bit of material in the front of it, and then I just use that front lip to just place dirt as I see it. So if I got a little tiny crevice or a hole, I'll flick a little bit in there. But then when I'm going backwards, I'm using the back part of the bucket to then drag the material and lift that up as I see fit. So I'm kind of floating the bucket in two different positions. So right here is a great example. You can see how smooth that gets that gravel as I'm back dragging. Well, that's because I'm using a combination of that back edge and that front edge combined to just get her nice and smooth. Door repair kit there. guys might be wondering if I'm using the float position, and I don't when I'm doing grading like this. I like to have more control than the float position allows me to. I'm actually using a combination of the front edge of the bucket filled with dirt and the back part of the bucket, kind of like a dozer blade, so when I'm going backwards, I'm grading as much as I am going forward. As I'm going forward, I'm using the bucket to pick out any high points and knock those down. Then when my bucket gets filled, I'm remembering where I need a material in the low points, and I'm filling those in so that I can blend the driveway out as fast as possible. Let's get it so we can blend that all the way over to here. This run right here, I think, will give us the best example of how I use the front of the bucket to collect the material, then position it where I want it, and then use the back of the bucket to spread it and grade it. let's get this whipped up. This is where we need our material, right in here. So we're gonna go heavy right there. But we want to blend into the neighbors, so. So what you guys can't see is inside the cab as I'm going backwards. I'm using very small movements to leave material in very specific places or to cut. I'm blending from where the camera's at right now into the driveway with the back of the bucket. Back of the bucket. Put a little more material up here. I'm going to use the back of the bucket to grab out a ridge. Make that flow together. Yeah. Practice long enough and pretty soon you can get her dialed in so you can do a good job with just a bucket. equipment, although it's nice to have. I didn't have a grading bar. I don't know, 20 years. Got my first power rake just not too long ago. And I do plan on going down this entire road with a power rake though. Because that just makes everything flow together real nice. I do want to pack this spot right here though. I want to hit this. So you see that glass-like sheen that's on part of the driveway? I like to try to grade everything to that sheen because that indicates high and low points. If there's a low point, it won't have that nice even sheen. If there's a high point, well, it just, again, it won't have that sheen. So when it's super flat like that, it just tells me that I've got all of the small cavities filled in and all of the high points knocked down.